Zurück zur Metaphor. Und wahrscheinlich einer schönen Menge Lore werden wir jetzt bestimmt wieder weiterkriegen. Dann lassen wir uns mal überhäufen.
Does this depict the Elder tribe?
Elder comes from an ancient word, meaning only the old ones. It was an alias given by our ancestors to outsiders who visited the village in the distant past. As for our original name, you know it well by now. We were humans.
The human tribe. So Luis's words...
There is no human tribe. Tribes, as we know them today, did not exist then. We were all one people. Humankind.
A world united. But wait. The ruins on Virga Island. There's nothing left of the civilization today. Was it destroyed? Why? How?
A war. One that all but destroyed the world past. But its destruction was born of the discovery of Magla. Or as you call it today, magic. Do you wonder what they battled over? Without the divided tribes, what could they have disagreed on? They were racked by division. Over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness. They tried to destroy something invisible, and destroyed only themselves. And any idea of absolute rightness is born of fear. That fear flooded the world, and gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before. The people we now call tribes were either born of artificial division for the sake of the war effort, or natural adaptation to survive the hellscape after.
Die Menschheit wurde von Angst und Furcht zerrissen. So entstanden die Stämme, wie wir sie kennen.
Unbelievable. We've met plenty of people caught up in pointless conflicts. Given the choice, I know they'd rather live in a world without tribal division. And yet the truth is, that world's already fallen apart. More than that, it's how we all got here.
Such drastic physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla, however, it was only a matter of a scant few centuries. You understand now, yes? We, the Elder, are the survivors of the old world. Our ancestors fled the flames of war and thus escaped the ensuing divisions.
Alles okay? Hm? Hängst schon wieder fest. Das ist dein eigener Schwanz. Den musst du nicht essen. Das heißt, der Prinz, also ich, bin jemand, der sowohl etwas aus der Altwelt als auch aus der jetzigen Welt geerbt hat.
It beggars belief. It is nothing short of astounding. But then, why do we know these monsters as humans?
By the war's end, both sides were consumed by fear. Their magical assaults escalated with each retaliation, until it was beyond all control. Our world became a hell. Rampant Magla distorts the body and mind. By now, I'm sure you know that better than you ever wished to. Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that succumbed to melancholia. Broken, horrifying testaments to their own mistakes in the war of magic. Some persist, breed, and multiply as any beast does. Others live centuries of agony before their lives burn out. Even we do not know the full scope of their nature. Regardless, when the 8 tribes settled in this land, our claim to the human legacy was forgotten. To the people, the name only meant slavering, insane monsters. Therefore, we took on an alias instead. The same one by which we are known today. The Elder.
So, the old world couldn't control its magic, and... Wait. How does the Sanctus Church fit in? All this revisionist history to spread their magic igniters.
Indeed, what are magic igniters to you? Tools for the Church to shackle the people, perhaps? Or weapons that hide magic's true potential? Am I close to the mark? In truth, it's the opposite. Igniters are tools made to limit magic. Restraints made in self-discipline, meant to avert a repeat of history's destructive mistakes. The Sanctus Church of today is muddied by greed, but its faith was born of good intentions. They once urged self-control, and thus control of one's personal magic. At times, they preached we must close our eyes to the truth when it would only lead us to ruin. By this benign tenet, history was obscured, and the Elder denounced.
I had no idea. There's a grim irony in that.
His Majesty only hid his son's ancestry to protect him. Yet in the end, that meant Forden could attack the village under any pretext he liked, his motives concealed.
With all that said, you have now reclaimed your true form. The friends that stand with you are of different tribes and ideologies, but of one mind. As you are now, you may walk the path of the rightful king. The path of a modern world, where the tribes walk as individuals, yet with mutual respect and cooperation.
The sovereign's power, thou king to be, entrusted with the will of the people. To bear their hopes is to be their rock in the storm, and to face anxiety in their names. Yet, anxiety itself is not something to blindly reject or desperately cast away. It begins with a simple thing, acknowledging its existence. Accept thy weakness, walk forward alongside it, and thou wilt grow strong and true in its company.
Es stimmt, die Leute sind schwach. Sicherlich denken viele Leute, dass es nur ein ferner Traum ist, allen in Not zu helfen. Aber ich kann Louis' Methoden nicht so einfach akzeptieren. Er will die Schwachen und Andersdenkenden sterben lassen, als sei das ganz natürlich. Meine Entschlossenheit, das Unbekannte herauszufordern, hat die heldenhafte Prinz-Verkörperung erweckt. Los geht's. Es ist in Ordnung, wenn die Leute mich nicht sofort verstehen. Ich weiß, dass es sinnvoll sein wird, meine Überzeugungen im Kampf zu demonstrieren. Das ist meine Mission.
That's it.
Nice.
I've made up my mind. I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding the voice thing told me my duties were over. But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you, even if it is scary.
Even you've got to cope with anxiety, eh?
I realized something in our travels. Anxiety can lead people astray. But overcoming it makes a person stronger. There's always anxiety in the unknown. I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand. That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect with their anxiety. Is that okay? From now on, it's not about orders. I'm with you, because I want to be.
I'll be counting on you as always.
Same here. Stick close to me, okay?
Well, we're past the worst of it. But the problem remains. Luis's dark magic. We've seen it turn the boy into a monster. And no doubt he can do it again.
Wäre ich mir jetzt nicht mehr so sicher.
A forbidden spell, turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters. In other words, a destabilizing magic, turning a person's magla into a snarl beyond control. This man named Luis, he may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
Luis has been here? What do you know of him?
What do you wish to know?
Who exactly is Luis?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village. His knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts, they're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious. As it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius, a family of doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits. The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait. What about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast quickly.
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
What do you wish to know?
What is this forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of Magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control. That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the ancient war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer. And thus, the power of magic is born.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all magic?
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power. That is what we call magic. In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel. But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more Magla from their hearts. Without the willpower to face your fear, the Magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests. With the world embroiled in chaos, these outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
'Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's elder, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind. If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster. Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome.
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred. If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge. Even if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Who goes there? Someone flees!
That's him. The malformed assassin who struck at the prince. He's bound for the woods.
After him!
Umher, Totenbeschwörer.
What now?
Ach ja. Das ist hängt gegen Stich, Licht und Dunkelheit und keine Schwäche. Nice. Uiuiuiui. Hey, komm, Gegner können das spammen. Das will ich auch können. Warum nur einmal pro Kampf? Was? Widersteht allen Affinitätsschäden außer allmächtig. Das nicht ein bisschen over? Ja, natürlich. Meine Waffe sagt nur. Meine Waffe ist noch Bullshit. Wir wechseln zu einem anderen Zeitpunkt, wenn wir eine Waffe haben. Die Waffe ist ein Mist. Das juckt. Russell, sind alle in Sicherheit? Das sind wir. Wir haben keine Opfer zu beklagen. Allerdings, wir wurden beiseite gefegt wie Kieselsteine. Nicht eines Blickes würdig. Ich konnte lediglich zusehen. Ich war machtlos gegen ihn.
No.
Niemand konnte etwas tun. Schließlich hat er den Widerstand ausgemerzt. Wären wir eingeschritten und hätten einen Fehler gemacht, gäbe es noch mehr sinnlose Opfer. Ich glaube, dass der Bandit die mächtige Magie gespürt hat, die von der Wiedererweckung seiner Hoheit ausging. Und er kam, um nachzusehen, was passiert war. Ich bin nicht sicher, warum er davongerannt ist, aber er muss etwas planen. Also bitte mit Vorsicht.
Ready?
Jetzt sind wir. Mhm.
Stop! You. Zorba.
So it was you behind the attack?
Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar to yours. So I decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. There really is something stranger going on. Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country is doomed.
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything he really wants.
What do you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your reedy frame. Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
He is no imposter, fiend. His Highness has finally taken his first steps on the road to victory. Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. Because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse. And so I shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld, where they belong.
Das Ding.
Bastard! I wondered why you ran away, but it was all to lure us straight to this monstrosity.
Keep your guard up. The Melancholia is fueling his magic power.
We've come too far to be stopped by something like him. Let's put our power on full display.
Die Kraft eines neu gewonnenen Prinz-Archetyps wird entfesselt.
This guy shows up again
Achso,
just
ihr
when
zwingt
we've
mich einfach an den
unlocked his
Archetyp. Okay.
power. Kinda feels like fate by now. Okay, time for a new fight. Stay on your toes.
Der Prinz-Archetyp ist ein Archetyp exklusiv für den Protagonisten. Du kannst ihn nun als bereits studierten Archetyp in Akademien benutzen und ihn wechseln, wie du möchtest. Er kann als Unterstützung für alle Synthesefertigkeiten dienen und besitzt einzigartige Eigenschaften. Allerdings können seine erhaltenen Fertigkeiten nicht auf andere Archetypen übertragen werden. Verständlich, weil der vorletzte Skill ist nuts.
Let's take it down and then get after Zorba.
I'll cut through.
You
Mein
think
Schwert
yourself
ist Mist.
equal to a Yu-Chief's agility?
Jetzt, ja?
Face me!
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
I'll take this. Sorry.
Why, hello there, treasure. This'll be over fast, dancer. Raging fire!
Was blockt? Nix. Sehr schön.
I stand ready. Let justice prevail. Strike me if you dare.
Charging in. Prince! Let's set it up. Maybe they're...
Macht das schon mehr Schaden.
This mess. Now accept your fate. Some darker arts.
I'll give you behold this power. Burn! Sorry, my mistake.
By the swamp. Paladin! Is that all?
Jetzt auch kritisch. Uh-oh.
I see your blade.
Captain's down! Someone, help him back up!
Allow me to use this.
Still fight.
Forward, fast! Anyone get on healing duty. Keep it
I
together.
knew you'd help.
Thank you.
Quite a boon.
Is everyone come? This one moving to the front. Paladin! As the point of a sword!
Ja.
Healed.
Nee, 1000 ist gar nichts.
Something about those apples.
Das ist mehr das Problem.
He's about to collapse. Someone heal him fast. Let me handle those apples.
Oh, kannst du machen. Ich hab's zwar eh fast komplett weggebrannt, aber mach nur.
Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. Get in there.
I'll cut through.
Heismay's in
My
real
son-
danger. He needs healing now.
Rancor!
Watch me. No need to worry.
Was needed.
Much thanks.
Paladin!
Mit
I'll
den
run you
Beinen.
through. Still standing, I see.
Knapp.
Ow!
Ein Flügelschlag ist nur ein Ziel.
Come
Oh,
forth.
dieser Beinangriff ist nervig.
Ha!
Be neither. I'll use what I must.
I'll show you. Raging fire. Smashed him.
Paladin!
Ist die Flügel auch klein noch?
Pierce through that! Yes.
Sehr schön.
Heismay's knocked out. Someone help him get back in the
By
fight.
this power. No.
Erstmal Heismay wieder beleben.
Here.
I shall repay this
Are you
favor.
okay?
10 face me.
You look like you're about to drop.
Some darker arts.
I call upon a royal soul.
I knew you'd help.
Thank you.
My thanks.
More apples? Quick, knock them off again.
Paladin! I'll run you through!
Oh, right.
It's okay. Let's
Find
go.
him, Hulkenberg.
Solange die Äpfel den nur 100 heilen, 1000 heilen, kann ich damit leben.
Ninja. Rancor.
Behold this power. Burn!
With blade in hand! Pierce through them!
It regenerated the headwind. Here comes another round of wind attacks. Badly hurt. Get her some healing. Juna, are you okay? You look like you're
I'll
about
cut
to drop.
through.
You think yourself equal? I'll use what I must. Some darker arts.
It's too early for my exit. Be a waste to let this sit.
Oh, power of heroes!
Oh, right.
I will
Fight
free
him, Hulkenberg.
the blade's edge.
You need training!
Dodge, Hulkenberg. Like
Nice.
poetry in motion. Let me handle those apples.
Dankeschön.
All right. Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. Get in there.
Now accept your fate.
Don't watch me. Light.
A paladin! I'll run you through!
It's okay. I won't hold back. I'll cut through.
Also HP hat er. Jetzt wird's hässlich.
His legs are back to normal. Ugh, we'd only just taken them out.
Oh, okay, da geht seine Runde dahin.
Ninja.
Mal wieder den. Das verhindert zumindest
I'll give you
Flächenangriffe.
behold this power.
In dem Umfang zumindest verhindern, was
Keep it
es
together.
That helps.
den großen Teil seines Zugs kostet.
Quite a boon.
Let justice life.
Let's take, let's go. Ha! It's still up.
Ja, das macht er ab jetzt immer.
More apples? Quick, knock them off again.
Klar, wenn er jetzt alle frisst, dann ist es nervischer. Wenn er sich jetzt 3000 heilt. Ich meine, immer noch machbar, aber nervig. Dankeschön.
Ninja!
I call upon a royal soul. Raging fire. Stubborn, eh?
Paladin! As the point of a worthy foe after
It's
all.
okay. By this power, I'll cut through. Still here?
Only a flesh wound.
Huh?
Captain's hurt bad.
Oh, oh.
Get him some healing.
Dankeschön.
Captain's on his
Face
last
me!
leg. Someone, get him healed up. This'll be over soon enough. Let's get some use out of this.
Paladin! Pierce through them! They yet cling to life.
Prince! Ha! It's still up.
Wie die anderen dann jetzt auch ihre Rang 8 Arschetypen.
Juna's badly hurt. Get her some healing.
Ich wohl, Juna.
Down. We gotta wake her up.
I was saving this.
Time for my grand comeback. Behold this power. You can count on me.
I'm obliged.
Langsam geht mir der MP aus.
Come! I'll run you still standing, I see.
More apples? Quick, knock them off again.
Ja, jetzt wird's hässlich. Jetzt werden sie nervig.
I refuse to die yet.
Someone heal him fast. Let me handle those apples.
Dankeschön. Nehme ich.
Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. Get in there.
I'll cut through.
Heismay's in
My
real danger.
son must
He needs
wait.
healing now.
Just a little while. Allow me to use this.
I'll show you. Burn! Sorry, my mistake.
For all that we strive for! Pierce through them! They yet cling to life.
Diese Fähigkeit, meine Fresse. Und ich darf meinen nur einmal pro Kampf nutzen. Wenn ich nicht dann irgendwann kriege.
So you're
Heismay's about to
strong.
collapse. Someone heal him fast.
Nothing.
You're all hurt bad. Can anyone get on healing
Ha!
duty?
A tough one.
My son must wait. Just a little while longer. I'll now accept your fate. Rancor, apologies. Would you finish it?
Fast, dancer. No need to worry.
Thanks.
Thank you.
My thanks.
Paladin! As the point of still standing, I see.
Ja, natürlich. Und ein Heal.
Quick, knock them off again. Heismay's about to collapse.
Danke, Juna.
Heal him fast.
Too slow.
That's finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heismay.
I won't hold back. The blade's edge. Still here?
Heismay's in real
Nice
danger.
ninja.
He needs healing now.
Some dark and mandible bearing.
I call upon a royal soul!
I knew you'd help.
I'm obliged.
Quite a boon.
Let justice prevail. Pierce through! They yet cling to life.
Hier kommt hier. Und 3, 4 Angriffe.
Captain's hurt bad! Let's get him to
Dankeschön fürs Ausweichen.
last leg!
Let's go.
Someone,
Is
can
there
you
another
build
way?
Ja, das habe ich befürchtet.
Take it.
Let us. I'll use what I must. Formidable indeed.
I'll give you the performance of a lifetime. Got to be smart. I'll leave this to you. Please leave this to me.
For all that we strive for! Worthy foe after all.
I will fight with pride. Prince! I'll cut through. It's still up.
Immer drauf. Und beten, was man so viel wie möglich verfehlt. Oder Högenberg reflektiert. Oder ausweicht. Ah, das wusste ich. Dankeschön, Spiel. Danke.
I can do this. We gotta revive him. Heed me. Yeah, Yupa hit their weakness.
Is everyone alright?
Nicht alle, nee. Hazemang muss wieder belebt werden.
Here!
I shall repay this favor
I won't hold back.
Everyone get on healing duty.
The blaze edge. Still here?
You think yourself equal to a Ujief's agility? I was saving this.
That's neat.
Thank you.
Spawnt er wieder Äpfel.
More apples? Quick, knock them off again.
Jetzt wird's hässlich.
You need training.
Dodge.
Dankeschön.
Let me handle those apples. All right.
Ja, bitte.
Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. I pray you're ready. Come forth now. Yeah, Yupa hit their weakness.
Let us fight as one. Perhaps not Paladin! As the pointer still standing, I see.
It's okay. Let's go. I'm all prepared.
Tis yours.
Scour! Let's push through.
Now we strike. Now accept your fate. Some dark-eyed apologies. Would you finish it?
Let's do this.
Heed me. I destroyed it. I pray that's
Sehr gut. Die letzten 25% HP genauso lange brauchen wie die ersten 75.
That'll do. Not bad at all.
I shall rise.
I can.
Yes.
Feels like I'm making progress. The bastard got away.
I say, you chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on even footing with a human.
Die haben wir doch schon oft genug gemacht.
I'd hoped as much. You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe. We've certainly taken these powers a long way. Maybe we thought ourselves invincible. But don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
Still, what's our next move? The people think you a monster. Will not find any public backing like this.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both, heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water and fire, in condemned conflux. When the day comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice. And that, he said, is why we fight.
In his own words, huh? We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't turn from this.
Right.
Es gibt keine Methode zum sofortigen Ändern jahrelanger Vorurteile. Aber wenn ich nicht daran glaube, dass sich die Dinge ändern können, wird alles so bleiben, wie es jetzt ist.
Come what may. My life is a shield raised in your highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
We fight him together.
Yes. By our efforts, we will stop Luis's reign.
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
Wir haben auf unserer Reise so viele Tode gesehen. Sollte sich die Welt nach Luis Wünschen entwickeln, würden wir nichts anderes mehr sehen. Wir müssen ihn aufhalten.
Look, I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him, right?
Looking forward to the victory song.
Well, we've got bigger things to worry about now. But I can't wait to sing it.
You... I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate. Your mother, she loved your father, and you with all her heart. The injustice that befell this village is not your fault. But listen well. Once you leave this village, you cannot return until you have fulfilled your ambitions. After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenges, you'll have to face them yourself. The world's fate is in your hands. Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failures.
Thank you. And for everything.
Our final battle lies ahead. We cannot lose. Yet, before all else, His Highness has only just awoken. Let us rest in the gauntlet runner for today, and advance to the royal capital tomorrow.
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I was convinced we'd been together for a long time. But I can't believe we've only just met. The beginning of my journey may have been a false memory. But my journey with you and the memories we've made, those are all real. Well, guess I'm repeating myself. But I'm glad we're working together.
Likewise, I'm glad to be your ally.
Yep. Though, I guess our toughest challenge is next.
Rang 7, 8,
The mystical fairy, Gallica. She who still keeps the virtues of the mage. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
We've got the path to tomorrow in front of us. and I'm gonna lead the
Elementarmeister
way.
und Hexer. Oh. kann ich Hülkenberg wieder ein bisschen schieben.
When things get tough, remember this magic. The music meant for you will play in your head.
Das ist die Magie der Musik, die Gallica einst für mich gewirkt hat. Jetzt, da ich darüber nachdenke, mag sie mir auf Weisen geholfen haben, die mir nicht bewusst waren.
By the way, the Chieftess told me something about your novel. Apparently your parents gave you that book when you were still just a kid. I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it. What they hoped for you, I guess. I suppose you'll have to find out for yourself.
Meine Eltern, in anderen Worten der verstorbene König und die Königin des Elder Heiligtums, haben mir dieses Buch geschenkt. Vielleicht war die in diesem Buch dargestellte Utopie keine bloße Fantasie, sondern es waren Geschichten aus der alten Welt, die im Heiligtum weitergegeben wurden.
The part we're reading today is the last chapter. It's about the ruler of this ideal world. Let's read it together. The last chapter is about the ruler of a utopia. The one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will. To maintain justice in this world, there are innumerable obstacles to overcome. Yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to follow. A utopia is not the creation of a single mind or a single power. It is a world shaped by all its people. The last part sounds a little more metaphorical. There's a little more. However, even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is right. What is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? None have yet found the answers to these questions.
Die alte Welt, die genau wie die im Buch dargestellte Utopie erscheint, wurde tatsächlich in einem Krieg zerstört. Wenn dieses Buch tatsächlich die alte Welt beschreibt, sollten wir solchen Idealen wirklich folgen? Eher das Gegenteil, würde ich meinen.
So even the author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough questions and struggles to face yourself. Lady Gruaday mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village. And little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken. He didn't lift a finger to stop the church's rise to power. With that in mind, I can honestly see why people would be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel, but he's devoted to them. Unshakable, even. But we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Selbst wenn ich gewinnen und den Thron besteigen würde, gibt es derzeit keine Garantie, dass ich meine fast naiven Ideale auch umsetzen könnte. Aber ich habe keine Wahl. Ich muss an sie glauben und weitermachen. Andernfalls wird sich rein gar nichts ändern.
You've got the power to change the world. And the one who gave it to you was, well, yourself. And that's what I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission. And I'm going to see it through.
Nachdem ich mit Gallica über den Roman und Ideale gesprochen hatte, schloss ich die Augen.
I saw what happened. So, you found a way to unequivocally shape your destiny. As far as I know, There is no record of your newly acquired archetype ever being used, even in ancient times. An archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty. Indeed, a power of legend. I once said that to be elder was your inescapable fate. However, it seems the truth was more complex than that. Magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety. And archetypes are its essence. They are manifestations of a resolve capable of heroic virtue. So then, what do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate a person must bear?
The foremost fate? Not really sure, but for me to be me, and for you to be you? Or something like that.
Indeed. It is birth that is inescapable. You cannot choose who you are born to, and once your familial place is determined, that fate cannot be changed. By some strange tangle of destiny, you were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. By your own will, you were born again as a prince. Do you understand? You stand on the threshold of truly becoming a ruler. Not as an unearned title of bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people. You have taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self. That is what it truly means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that is awakened within you. What glorious coincidence indeed, that I, as a scholar of archetypes, might cross paths with and witness such a remarkably fated boy. It almost bespeaks.
Indeed, 'tis his hands that bear our fate.
Who? I remember. I know that I know this voice. Had I forgotten it all this time? Yes. I swear I've heard it before. And I let it slip from my mind. Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak. Who are you? Why have you awakened this boy to his power?
If it is answers you seek, then go and claim them.
Are you? Could you be?
As for you, I bid thee awaken. Move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy place at the final proving of the ascension of kings.
Ich verlor das Bewusstsein und schlief für den Rest der Nacht ein. Was mich daran erinnert, dass der Autor des Fantasieromans Moore ist. Hat auch Moore das alte Elder-Heiligtum besucht?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Wird dir alles okay, Katze? Ich glaube nicht, oder?
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
All this royalty? It always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
'Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people living in a shared world.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
Don't get reckless out there.
It falls to us to fight with all our might.
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask you one more thing? Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
Eine klingende Münze wäre schön.
I want to protect this country and its people.
'Tis the answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be. Let's move!
You see?
Ich bezweifle, dass man uns in Grand Dread mit offenen Armen empfangen wird. Aber wenn wir nicht kämpfen, werden noch mehr Leute unter den Idealen von Louise leiden. Allen in Not zu helfen ist leichter gesagt als getan. Deshalb ist es umso wichtiger, unsere Entschlossenheit zu beweisen, indem wir unser Leben riskieren. Wir werden es ihnen zeigen. Außerdem ist es nicht das erste Mal, dass wir uns von ganz unten nach ganz oben kämpfen müssen.
After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths. Their arch-enemy, Luis, already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general.
The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Who are you?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive. Well then, let us depart.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
Resurrected?
Yes, and what's more, the boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently, and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla. Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you? Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
We'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured, that old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Understood.
Let the final banquet begin.
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of Reef.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh no, of course not. I'm just saying.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
A sanctus bigwig gambling away his tithes? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman! You saying Count Luis lied to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another? Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about? Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital after...
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Ah, the royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless?
So wie du und ich.
This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken old man.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic. Huh. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin. In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
Thou art elder.
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart. And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Oh.
You cannot stop me any longer. Nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Snatching victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Tran. But they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
Kann das Ding leise stoppen? Meins riesengroß. Muss doch quietschen und knarzen.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Isn't that... Oi! That monster boy's come back!
Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
Nein, glaube ich nicht.
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns! Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored!
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why in His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Cause he's an imposter! Just like Count Louis said! You'll not fool us again, beast!
Oi! Calm down. At least listen.
And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a parapus like you, and you spit on him! Scum! The only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince?
Lady Juna, I can't believe this! I admired you! Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince?
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief! Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame! Shame! Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you!
How dare you strike out at him?
They're all traitors, I say!
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pike soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Yep. Hive mind.
Oi! Over here! Don't bother with them! No talking this one out. You need to run. Now!
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other. How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I have my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt. This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic. But we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
Reyes sagt, dass er zum Fairnessläufer zurückgekehrt ist. Ich glaube, die Leute in der Stadt haben sich zumindest ein wenig beruhigt. Unser Fairnessläufer ist sicher nicht so empfindlich, aber ich denke, wir sollten ihn dennoch nicht alleine lassen. Gehen wir zur flüsternden Honigbiene. Die anderen sind schon vorgegangen.
What now?
Luis is the only one left. Smash it all to bits!
everyone. I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Since you left, Luis's following has only grown.
Have you changed? You're still the same person, aren't you?
Ja, war nur schnell beim Friseur Haare färben.
Tis quite a story, but it deserves explaining. I only hope you can believe us.
Alright, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I had thought all this business with declaring yourself the prince was a well-meaning bluff. But under the deception, you were, in fact, the actual prince. Is that right? Still, I mean, how do you get the whole country to believe your story? Is that even possible?
Frankly, I doubt it. We've just seen firsthand how far we'll get trying to talk the people down.
Then what will you do if this goes on?
But you're still you, yes? You came to help everyone, just like you helped me before, right?
Yes, that's right. It'll all turn out fine.
Good.
I see. So, even if no one believes you, you're still determined to settle the score with Luis head-on?
Even so, the gulf between us is wider than ever. The people have all but named him their champion. With so little time, a guileless appeal to the public may fall on deaf ears.
Hard luck for the honest knight. And not much room left for civil debate now that Luis is openly advocating killing his opposition. Well, that ship sailed when the king's magic faded. Anyway, if there is a key to turning the tide, first place I'd look is the castle in the sky. You saw how violent and volatile the city folk are now, but I don't think it's as simple as fearing Luis. I've been keeping an eye on the royal capital while you were off on your jaunt through the woods. Frankly, the change in public sentiment was too sudden, unnatural. It's as if they've been collectively drained of their sanity, and if I had to guess what's causing it...
You're implying it's Luis's doing? All the eeriness in the sky. Is that because...
Don't know, but the change in the citizens is certainly odd. If something really is forcing it, that means we might still have a chance to fix it.
Richtig. Was Luis im königlichen Palast macht und ob er wirklich eine Welt voller Menschen will. Wir werden es nicht erfahren, bis wir ihm tatsächlich gegenüberstehen.
On the other hand, it may well be bait for a trap.
There's gotta be something up there.
Then it's settled. Head to the royal palace and put a stop to whatever Luis is cooking up. With that Skyrunner, you're the only ones who can. And we'll fight in the ways we can too. We'll make sure the whole kingdom hears that the real prince is back after all the strife he's been through.
Indeed. If you can make things better, you might just inspire everyone to remember their own hopes and dreams. Maria's been terribly patient, waiting for you and believing in you. It'd be nice to see her smile again.
Right.
Wenn Luis hinter all diesen seltsamen Störungen steckt, dann hilft uns das, Stimmen zu gewinnen, wenn wir ihn aufhalten. Wenn wir Anstand und rationales Denken wiederherstellen können, wird das den Weg ebnen, um Luis zu besiegen. Daran müssen wir glauben und weitermachen.
I'll always believe in you. We'll all do our best, so you can be a good king.
Indeed. If we win, I suppose you really will be king.
We're counting on you, O king.
'Tis too late today for a grand charge, I fear. Let us take a night's rest, and on the morrow, we make for the castle.
What to pick?
tonight.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 31 days remain.
To all the people who dwell in this land,
This voice?
soon naught but 1 month will remain. On the dawn of the day of the hero, the one who has inspired the greatest faith of the people shall inherit the kingdom. I bid thee forget not these words.
Wasn't expecting to wake up to such a spectacle. But I suppose that confirms it. This is where it ends.
Luis has already fortified himself behind the palace walls. Good thing we've got a Skyrunner, or it'd already be over for us.
Or perhaps it is us he has been waiting for all this time.
However disturbing the world looks now, 'tis only a prelude to the deadland Luis strives for.
Sky looks proper hellish already. And with all the humans out there, it's no wonder everyone's losing their grit.
Well, he wanted a fair world where strength decides everything. Funny how that's indistinguishable from absolute chaos.
But it's Luis who has the most support right now. And that wasn't born of deception. He broke the nation's order, and everyone knows it.
True enough. That's what got our Teil and I dreaming to begin with. Figured a world where the poor and weak get trampled on was a world worth breaking. Come to think of it, what do we all stand for, really?
Maybe hope.
A little broad, don't you think? I don't really know what everyone's talking about, but everyone who's seen you and your friends say you're amazing. You make them really, really happy. Because, you know, you've got all the tribes in your team. Everyone's different, but you keep working together and doing great. You're so cool.
A fair point. You're quite right, Maria. It is a hard thing to word, so forgive my fumbling. But perhaps it is a matter of standing for something Luis does not believe exists. We must prove that it does.
If you keep on believing in what you want, and you keep on working hard for it, it will come true.
That's right, love. I can think of plenty of people who would be much happier if they took a page from your book.
Geht schon wieder. Lass das Mikrofon in Ruhe.
I see now. This is surely the essence of true magic.
Best of luck, Your Highness. After all those speeches about taking the throne, it'll be awfully irresponsible to go dying on us now.
Jetzt das Mikro nicht immer so nah an mich ranschieben. Ich mache hier kein ASMR. Wenn Luis gewinnt, werden alle hier einen hohen Preis bezahlen. Das müssen wir unbedingt verhindern. Wir müssen schnellstmöglich herausfinden, was Luis im königlichen Palast treibt und seine Pläne durchkreuzen.
Thank you. Well, we'd best keep an eye on the calendar. The king's deadline was the dawn of the day of the hero, so we've got until the day before. And that won't be the end of things either. Even if people come to their senses, it would amount to nothing if Luis sits upon the throne. Personally, I think we should prioritize our main objective here. I'm sure we'd get it done, but we have to make sure we have at least 1 day to spare before the day of the hero.
We've got a few days left, so it's up to you how we spend them. When we set off, let's do it with no regrets. So Luis is hiding in the floating royal palace here. We have to stop him. I won't accept King Luis.
bedrohlich.
Let's put an end to this.
Sind aber noch nur 9. Aufgrund von Maklerstörungen im gesamten Königreich herrschen im ganzen Land schreckliche Wetterbedingungen. Es kann zu einem Extremwetter kommen, das als unheilvoll bezeichnet wird. Die Kräfte deiner Anhänger sind essentiell, wenn du mehr Unterstützung als Louis haben und der neue König werden willst. Nutze diese Missionsphase, um dich so gut auf den letzten Aufbruch vorzubereiten, damit du hier nichts bereust. Verhindere noch vor dem Tag des Helden Louises zerstörerische Vision und rette das Königreich. Bardenrang 8. Mal kurz Läden prüfen. Wahrscheinlich durch eine Städte gehen, um alle Quests zu bekommen. Hey, ja, er schimpft nur. Was ist deine Umtauschrate bei dem Wetter? Okay. Diese Kleidung. Sind Sie nicht der Kandidat, der behauptet, der Prinz zu sein? Wenn Sie tatsächlich über diese Fertigkeiten verfügen, hätte ich eine Aufgabe für Sie. Es gibt in der Nähe von Elterbury einen Ort namens Vulkanberg. Könnten Sie dort für mich das legendäre Großschwert des Kriegskönigs suchen? Vor langer Zeit war der Kriegskönig der Held, der das Land mit seiner außerordentlichen Führungsstärke einte. Sein Schwert wird das legendäre Großschwert genannt. Es heißt, es sei von atemberaubender, erforscht gebietender Handwerkskunst. Ich bin lange in der Hoffnung gereist, es zu sehen. Alles begann vor 10 Jahren. Es ist nur so, dass der Vulkanberg eine echte Monsterhöhle ist. Ich würde zweifellos sterben, bevor ich es finden könnte. Deshalb kam mir die Idee, jemanden so Prinzenhaften an meiner Stadt zu engagieren. Sie werden natürlich fürstlich entlohnt und es gibt auch andere Schätze. Was sagen Sie? Schwer, einen Schatz abzulehnen. Vielleicht finden wir etwas Nützliches gegen Louis und falls nicht, kann man es verkaufen und dafür etwas kaufen, das nützlich ist. Was sagst du? Willst du zum Vulkanberg und das legendäre Großschwert für ihn finden? Sie tun es wirklich? Ihnen gehört mein Dank. Ich werde natürlich eine angemessene Belohnung vorbereiten. Und natürlich dürfen Sie das Schwert behalten. Ich möchte es nur sehen. Schick. Wenn wir es hinbekommen, kriegen wir einen Schatz und dazu ein legendäres Schwert. Klingt für mich recht lohnenswert. Vergessen Sie nicht, das Großschwert ist im Vulkanberg versiegelt. Legendäres Großschwert. Fragezeichen. Oh, wissen wir. Das trifft sich ganz gut. Das können wir dann gleich mit Jufas Bündnisquest koppeln. Oh, 120.000. Hier nochmal was Neues bekommen. Sieht nicht so aus. Ja. Rekrutierungszentrum. Kopfgelder einsammeln. Die wollen die Aufträge gesehen. Ich zähle auf Sie, Euer Hoheit. Mordos, Grauen der Lüfte. Blub. Justin Blub, der im Anwesen des Aszendenten. Ja, whatever. Ja.
Okay, then.
Let's do it.
Das ist ein 8er.
We'll face danger here.
Bandenführers Sistes, der Fanatiker. Der sich in den geschändeten Ruinen versteckt. Ja, nimm mit.
Let's do it.
8,5.
Let's see here. And right there's a ladder.
Ordemos, Hauer des Grolls. Verlassen den Pfad südlich von Altenbury. Ist das, was ich erwartet habe? Die Stelle?
Let's do it.
Ja. Das habe ich vorher schon erwartet, was da noch was ist. Ja. Sonst noch was an Quests gibt es erstmal nicht. Nehme ich an.
Alright then.
Wie viel kriege ich eigentlich vom Königsfels jetzt noch? Ein paar migere 1000 oder so? Trotzdem noch 15.000. Müssen sie sich angespart haben. Gut, wir gehen erstmal in die anderen Städte. Für den Fall, was es da noch Quests irgendwo gibt.
Oh God, grant me guidance.
Where to?
So, nicht. Wie sieht's im Brilhafen aus? Arena haben wir ja auch noch.
This weather is
Alright then.
Hier ist was.
Humans,
Louise, I can see it.
please. Hello.
Schön, schön, sich in Zeiten wie diesen die Mühe zu machen, mit einem Mustari wie mir zu sprechen. Ihre Initiative ist ziemlich vielversprechend. Da ich so große Hoffnungen in Sie setze, möchte ich eine Information mit Ihnen teilen, die ich gestern in der Taverne aufgeschnappt habe und Sie interessieren dürfte. Es geht um das alte Bauwerk nördlich der Stadt, das verlassener Turm genannt wird. Im Inneren wimmelt es nur so von starken Monstern und praktisch niemand, der einen Fuß hineingesetzt hat, ist von dort zurückgekehrt. Doch ich. Ich hörte, dass es in der Welt 3 dieser Türme gibt. Und offenbar hat die Sache mit der 3 auch irgendeine wichtige Bedeutung. Wie dem auch sei, Sie sind ein Elder mit einer Fee im Schlepptau. Sind Sie der Held, der die Insel gerettet hat? Na, wenn das so ist, gibt es noch etwas, das Sie unbedingt hören sollten. Es ist eine streng geheime Information über den Turm. Oben gibt es anscheinend eine Art legendäres Monster. Ich hörte etwas von einer Prüfung, um eine verbotene Kraft zu erhalten. Aber über die Details bin ich mir nicht im Klaren. Praktisch alle, die der Legende nachgegangen sind, haben ihr Leben verloren. Aber sie haben sich auf der Insel um die Sache mit dem Drachengott gekümmert, nicht? Wenn diese verbotene Kraft echt ist, soll der Held der Insel sie bekommen. Ich bin mir sicher, dass der Häuptling das auch so sehen würde. Ich überlasse es also Ihnen, mit dieser Legende weiterzumachen. Fragen Sie den Informanten in der Taverne nach Details. Dort habe ich auch meine Informationen her. Also sollte er noch mehr über die Prüfung selbst wissen.
Let's take a moment to prepare.
Ja, das habe ich so ein bisschen erwartet. Die Belohnung wird das damit verbundene Risiko lohnenswert machen. Nun denn, ich bin dann mal weg. Ich wünsche Ihnen viel Glück dort draußen.
Alright.
Eine verbotene Kraft. Und was hältst du von diesem verlassenen Turm? Sollen wir ihn uns mal anschauen? Haben wir schon.
If Louise wins the
Fancy a bit of him?
what will become of us?
Mit deinen Infos.
Hey,
Want in on this?
Die Prüfung, um die verbotene Kraft zu erhalten. Offenbar muss man ein unglaublich mächtiges Monster besiegen, um sie zu bestehen. Vor langer, langer Zeit kam ein Reisender von dem Turm zurück und erzählte seine Geschichte. Wenn man ihnen glaubt, ist das Monster dort. Eine gigantische Bestie. Versuche, sich gegen ihre Angriffe zu schützen, werden als Kränkung wahrgenommen und die entfesselte Vergeltung ist wahrlich grauenhaft. Also nicht blocken. Das war auch schon alles, was ich weiß. Es gibt keine Informationen zu ihrem Aussehen oder dergleichen. Und vielleicht ist ohnehin alles grober Unsinn. Heutzutage glaubt ohnehin keiner mehr solche Märchen. Aber es stimmt zumindest, dass etwas Seltsames in diesem Turm los ist. Wie auch immer, das ist alles. Wenn Sie herausfinden wollen, worum es in der Prüfung wirklich geht, müssen Sie es sich selbst ansehen. Vogelmonster am Anwesen. Blub. Vogelmonster im Gracia-Forest. Ne, das brauchen wir nicht. Geist brauchen wir auch nicht. Siechdrang brauchen wir auch nicht mehr. Moment. Wie viele Käfer habe ich überhaupt? Arena-Anleger. Nicht, weil ich die Käfer groß sammle.
Hey there.
Giftschutzamulett.
Maybe.
13. So viel habe ich definitiv nicht. 8 habe ich. Okay. Etria.
Let's go.
Da hat der Häuptling für mich.
Hallo there.
Oh, es tut mir leid, Sie in solchen Zeiten zu stören. Aber es gibt da etwas sehr Wichtiges. In letzter Zeit habe ich in alten Geschichten nach unseren echten Traditionen gewühlt und dabei etwas über Türme gefunden, die im ganzen Land verteilt stehen. Türme. Wie der eine da, bei dem wir waren, oder? Ja, so einen kennen wir. 3 sogar. Ach wirklich? Das macht die Sache einfacher. In den Büchern stand, wenn die Welt erschüttert wird, erscheint ein Zeichen in den 3 Türmen. 3 Prüfungen in 3 Türmen. Wer sich dreifach würdig erweist, soll Meister einer verbotenen Kraft werden, die in dieser Welt versiegelt wurde. Kurz gesagt, es werden 3 Türme erscheinen, in denen jeweils eine Prüfung wartet. Wer diese absolviert, erhält eine Art uralte, nie dagewesene Kraft. Eine genaue Beschreibung der Kraft fehlt leider. Aufgrund der Formulierung dreifach würdig nehme ich an, neben Stärke werden auch Ehre und ähnliche Attribute getestet. Die Prüfungen sind ein Test, wer würdig ist, diese Kraft zu erhalten. Wer die Prüfungen besteht, dem wird Ehre zuteil. Ich sehe einige Parallelen zur Königsmagie. Wir können nicht zulassen, dass Louise sich diese Macht sichert. Ich würde sie lieber in ihren Händen sehen. Was denken Sie? Wollen Sie sich diesen Prüfungen stellen? Ein Turm liegt offenbar südlich unserer Insel hier. Er heißt Turm des blinden Glaubens. Und es gibt sogar ein paar Inselbewohner, die mehr darüber wissen. Für genauere Informationen müssen Sie den Informanten fragen. Ich bin mir sicher, dass dort Monster leben und ich denke, Sie können auch nach der Prüfung fragen. Oh. Prüfung Nummer 2. Was die anderen beiden Türme angeht, Mustari außerhalb der Insel könnten genauere Details über sie wissen. Gut. Wir kennen die Geschichte bereits recht gut. Mustari sind auf dem Festland nur selten zu sehen, also hinterlassen sie einen starken Eindruck, wenn man auf sie trifft. Ach wirklich? Unsere Quellen für Informationen von außerhalb sind recht dünn. Ich habe jene, die nicht auf der Insel leben, gebeten, wie Spione in größeren Städten zu agieren. Um ehrlich zu sein, glaube ich, dass diese Prüfungen gefährlich sein werden. Die Bücher sagen sogar, zahllose sind jene, die ihr Leben ließen. Aber ich glaube, dass sie alle in der Lage sind, das zu überstehen. Wenn das sie ein ihr wäre, würde der Satz so funktionieren, wie er da steht. Okay. Und deshalb wollte ich sie über meinen Fund informieren. Ich bete für ihr Glück im Kampf, Retter der Insel. Ich hoffe, dass die Legende zu einer Macht für sie alle wird. Eltebury.
Let's go.
Der dritte Mustari. Nehme ich mal an. Jo. Dritter Turm. Ausgerechnet jetzt, da ich endlich mehr über den Turm weiß. Das darf nicht wahr sein. Hat er gerade Turm gesagt? Vermutlich derselbe Turm, den Edeni erwähnt hat, oder? Hm? Ein Elder und eine Fee. Sind Sie etwa der Held, der die Insel gerettet hat? Ich bin bitte tausendmal um Verzeihung. Ich bin vor lauter Aufregung laut geworden, nicht wahr? Wissen Sie, ich bin Mustari-Forscher und erforsche die Folklore der Insel. Was mich dabei in letzter Zeit am meisten interessiert, ist die Legende der 3 Türme. Ich konnte endlich die exakte Lage einer dieser 3 Türme, den Turm der Anmaßung, herausfinden. Er befindet sich nördlich dieser Stadt. Allerdings wird er von Monstern heimgesucht. Also kam ich leider zu dem Schluss, dass ich bei meiner Tapferkeit nicht für eine Feldstudie geeignet bin. Bah, das muss die Prüfung des Turms aus der Legende sein. Sie soll erfolgreichen Herausforderungen eine verbotene Kraft verleihen. Aber ich habe eine Idee. Vielleicht könnte der Held, der unsere Insel gerettet hat, zäh genug für die Prüfung sein? Wenn es wirklich eine verbotene Kraft gibt, die man gewinnen kann, bin ich sicher, dass sie in den Händen unseres glorreichen Helden besser aufgehoben ist. Nachdem Sie von all diesen Wundern gehört haben, sind Sie sicher neugierig, ob sie wahr sind. Können wir das nachweisen oder sind es einfach nur Ammenmärchen? Es gibt nur einen Weg, um das herauszufinden. Jemand muss bis zum höchsten Punkt des Turmes der Anmaßung nördlich von Elterbury aufsteigen. Ach, und erkundigen Sie sich bei einem Informanten nach den Details. Ich schätze, Sie werden auch mehr über die Prüfung selbst herausfinden können. Gut. Wie ich mich freue, dass die Angelegenheit nun in fähigen Händen liegt. Vor mir steht ein wahrer Held. Damit möchte ich mich verabschieden. Weitere Forschungen warten auf mich. Machen Sie es gut. Mich interessiert die Legende des Turms doch sehr. Wir sollten nachschauen gehen, wenn wir Zeit haben.
Is this it? All right then.
Nee. Ach nee, Moment, hier ist noch einer. Hier hat sich noch eine versteckt. Entschuldigung, sind Sie vielleicht der Prinz? Man hört überall unangenehme Gerüchte, aber ich glaube kein Wort. Wissen Sie, ich interessiere mich schon zur Schaustellung für Sie. Als ich dann erfuhr, dass Ihre Abstammung so beachtlich ist wie Ihre Taten, da war es mir klar, Sie sind der perfekte Kandidat für den Thron. Um mich erkenntlich zu zeigen, Euer Hoheit, habe ich eine Art besonderes Angebot für Sie vorbereitet. Ich nenne es die warmes Herz volle Brieftasche Thermalkampagne. Sie müssen einfach nur in einer Thermalquelle baden, um einen Preis zu erhalten. Wenn Sie etwas Wasser aus der Quelle in diese Ampulle füllen und als Beweis mitbringen, gebe ich Ihnen 30.000 Rie. Ist das in Ordnung für Sie? Also Sie bezahlen uns, um ein Bad zu nehmen? Das kommt mir komisch vor, um nicht zu sagen dubios. Seine Hoheit arbeitet so hart daran, seine Leute zu retten. Er soll lediglich einen Augenblick der Entspannung haben und etwas zusätzliche monetäre Unterstützung erhalten. Mehr will ich gar nicht. Würden Sie diese Ampulle als Zeichen meines Wohlwollens annehmen? Wie freundlich Sie doch sind. Es ehrt mich, dass Sie an mich glauben. Die Quelle befindet sich hier unter der Azurbrücke. Es ist düster dort, vor allem weil sie nur nachts öffnet. Aber ein Bad dort soll wahrlich himmlisch sein. Sie können mich jederzeit hier finden. Bitte lassen Sie mich wissen, wenn Sie das Wasser aus der Quelle erhalten haben. Es gibt also eine heiße Quelle unter der Azurbrücke. Nun, geh dorthin, wenn du ein Bad nehmen möchtest.
Alright, where to?
Gut, das war das letzte. Dann gehen wir mal zu Barden Rang 8 machen. Bist du das wirklich? Tatsächlich. Irgendwie wirkst du anders. Aber das liegt sicher an deinem Motivationsschub. Einfach wunderbar. Nun, ich würde dich da gerne noch etwas anderes fragen. Du sagtest neulich, dass du eigentlich gar nicht König sein willst. Mir ist klar, dass du das ernst meintest, aber hast du deine Meinung geändert? Du hast doch jetzt vor, König zu werden, oder nicht? Verstehe. Dann verspreche ich, dich jetzt noch mehr zu unterstützen. Allerdings wirft das die Frage auf, was ich in diesem Moment überhaupt tun kann. Ich muss schon sagen, du tauchst immer zum perfekten Zeitpunkt auf. Gleich wird der Gouverneur von Martira bekannt gegeben, da es zuvor wegen der Sache mit dem Riesensandwurm aufgeschoben wurde. Mit anderen Worten, ich stehe kurz davor, mein Amt zu verlieren. Du hast mich jedoch die ganze Zeit unterstützt, also solltest du auch dem Ende beiwohnen.
Gastro's been acting as a proxy since the giant sandworms made the governorship one big open question. Everyone's gathered here today to learn what's what, and probably to sentence me to exile.
What will you do if you're exiled?
Who knows, laddie? This town was everything to me. Maybe I'll just live alone for a bit in the mountains and think on it there.
I asked you all to gather here so I could speak about Martira's governance. While Barden was recuperating, I was glad to act as his proxy. However, henceforth, I would like Barden to resume his duties as governor.
What's this?
This town's autonomy was initiated by your sheer pluck. At the time, I cooperated only so I could use you for my own ends. But I had a revelation in those moments as the giant sandworm approached. I saw that I cannot even protect myself, much less the people. When you returned here, exhausted and in tatters, I regretted everything from the bottom of my heart. My actions are unpardonable.
Sir Gastro, but if I go back to governing, it's...
Have some faith in yourself, Barden.
All right, if you say so. I'm just not sure where to start, except to begin with an apology. My excessive measures frightened you all, and I implemented them because of my own insecurity. I was anxious about whether or not I could keep you safe, so I turned to surveillance and barriers. No more. We'll keep some of our armed forces, but what I really need for security is to have faith in you all. That's why I am not fit to govern.
Things will be different now.
He's right. We've changed. From now on, we won't push all the power and responsibility onto just one person. Barden, listen! I followed your example and built a defensive barrier myself.
I did too. And I had an idea. We could turn uninhabited houses into shelters.
Things didn't go well before, that's true. But you're not the only one at fault, Barden. This is just as much our town as yours.
Oh, laddies and lassies.
You see? After two disasters, everyone has a more mature view of things. You're free to decline. But is that really what you want to do?
Well, now I must apologize. If it truly is what everyone wants, I'll be the governor of Martira again. This time, I won't do anything to scare the populace. We'll have faith in each other, and the town's unity will be known far and wide. And for our first step, I have the perfect suggestion. Step forward, young man. The reason I stand here now is thanks to this fella. He is the hero who saved this town, the one most worthy of the crown. I want us to support him as the future king. Yes!
Bargain and a hero together!
Come to think of it, I never told you the truth behind that bit of arson. It was this little poor wee un who started it. He didn't mean to, but he touched an igniter some fool had left behind. I only know this because just the other day he came to me begging for forgiveness, all in tears. If I'd known from the start, I would have just thought it a lone accident. Instead, I acted like invaders had infiltrated us. Got my people all terrified.
But in truth, you're a kind person.
I'm the kind of man who rushes in without thinking. I ought to take more care and not act so rash. Let's focus on the future now. This region, in fact the whole country, depends on it. Mind if I ask you just one more time? If you think I'm fit to govern?
There's no one more qualified for the job than you, Barton.
And you truly believe that? Then I must devote myself to the work even more, so as not to disappoint the future king. Thank you greatly for everything you've done. This only happened because I had your support. Even when I made mistakes, you stuck by my side. I'll return the favor one day. I swear it.
The Honorable Guardsman, Barden, keeper and heritor of the Commander's virtues. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of his newfound powers, work to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
You're the one who brought light to this
Kriegsherr und 4 Slots.
Today really is such a bonny day. I'm blessed with the greatest of friends. The townspeople love me, despite all my flaws. And everyone is so... Thank you again. I'm just so happy.
So, können wir jetzt endlich Sprintgitter machen auf Rang 8. Sehr schön.
Intriguing.
Die Lage der Welt ist anders als früher, aber das Licht in ihren Augen ist unverändert. Sie sind schon ein amüsanter junger Mann. Ich habe schon auf Sie gewartet. Ich möchte mit Ihnen über eine Entscheidung sprechen. Haben Sie jetzt Zeit für mich?
Thank you.
Honestly, I was thinking about closing up shop for good, but I see we have one last item of business for today. You didn't notice? 2 children have been following you. They have igniters. I imagine they're here for me.
Brigitte!
You two. I saw you at the village.
So you remember us? What a shame, right? I'll bet you didn't think you left any survivors, right?
Everyone we know is dead! You killed them!
I see. So, you're here for revenge. Is that it?
You've got it wrong. The church was the one that did this to you.
What are you talking about? The Sanctus told me all about it. They said you set the whole village on fire. That's why they gave me this igniter. They said killing isn't wrong when you're punishing the wicked.
I see. You. My apologies. But I'd appreciate if you didn't interfere. No matter what happens.
Understood.
This is your first time killing someone, I take it. I hate to break it to you, but you should have finished the job without saying anything. You realize you just gave yourself away. Now I might dodge. That's a chance at survival I didn't have before. Might easily be enough to turn the tables and kill you. And what's the exit plan after you've done the deed? How do you get out of the city before they find my corpse? Or did the Sanctus forget to mention these details? The church thought they'd use you to kill me. That? Or they were hoping I'd kill you?
No! You're lying!
If you don't have it in you, then I suggest you save your revenge.
You're not fooling us!
It's a painful thing to live your whole life running away, carrying your sins on your back. If you ask me, it might even be harder than killing someone. You'll watch me die again whenever you close your eyes. You'll smell my blood, hear the rasp of my final breaths, see my eyes cloud. Again, and again, and again. That's what lies down this road. It's a dark path to walk, alone, with the weight of your despair. Your heart won't let you trust again, nor will it let anyone save you. But you still have time to turn back.
There's nowhere left for us to go.
I've prepared living spaces at my research facility. They're meant to give people like you a safe home.
What? What are you talking about? You think we trust you?
I know how easy it is to lose all your peace and hope in an instant. And now that you've seen that firsthand, I can't fault you for doubting me. But just once, just one more time, I want you to think of your future and get the help you need. It's a hard thing to crawl up out of hell, but the first step is having the courage to believe.
But if I lived in your place, you'd just kill me!
If I wanted to kill you, I'd have done it already. I'm not saying you have to trust me right away. Believe me, I have a hard enough time trusting people myself. But isn't this what you two really want? To believe in people, and believe in your own happiness? Thank you. I'll show you the way to the research facility now. That took incredible bravery, you two. I can already tell you have a better life than mine ahead of you. A more peaceful and gentle future, greater than anything we could imagine, is about to dawn. The two of them fell asleep as soon as they found their room. Must have been the first sleep they'd had in days. Can't imagine how nervous they must have been. We have to protect them. We can't let this place be destroyed. Suppose that means I can't afford to close down the shop just yet. I'll keep selling igniters for now. But I'll only stock models with limiters, meant to dampen their destructive force. And I'll offer a bargain for the people to trade in non-limited igniters towards buying my wares. Against the Church's campaign, it'll barely make a difference. But it'll buy some time until you take the throne, right?
That's smart. But I expected no less.
Well, once your heart's set on something, your brain tends to follow suit. It's a small gesture, at best. A pretense at change. But it's enough. As long as it can give those children a little hope. I trust you to brighten our world. Give it the surge of hope it needs. Take the throne, and lead us forward.
I want that hope to come from the both of us.
Ah, right. Now I'm in the thick of this research. I can't exactly dismiss this as someone else's problem anymore. So we'll take on the job together. May the flame of hope burn ever brighter. And may the light of that torch pierce the world's dark. May it reach the crying and the suffering, and save them. I vow to stand by your side. I'll find ways to be useful to you. I was always afraid of telling the truth. I built igniters into a shell around my life. On the inside, I figured I had nothing. I was nothing. Just a hollow parody of a person. But even knowing how weak I really am, you refused to abandon me. Thanks to you, I've come to know hope again. So I'll believe in that hope, and try to live my life to the fullest. That's my decision, and I'll stick by it. Thank you, young man, for giving me the courage to live again.
The trader and iconoclast Brigitte, keeper and heritor of the merchant's virtues. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
Thank you.
Magna mit 4 Slots.
No doubt there are countless people out there suffering, enduring unimaginable pains at this very moment. But you can show them that their world is not a living hell. Not when you have your own vision for it. I'll be waiting for the day it comes true.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 30 days remain.
Got it?
Versammlung.
Shall we?
Smash it all to bits.
What now?
I see. Fascinating. All right.
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
Really?
Oh.
New skills, new possibilities.
Sehr schön.
All right. All right. All right.
Zweifache Wirkung von Items. Oh. Ich würde sagen, wir machen für heute hier schon wieder Schluss. Etwas kürzer heute.